Hello everybody, it's Kai Icefielder, and in today's video we are going to be talking about all of the major teasers that Wizard101 and KingsIsle have been giving to us recently. As you all know, Empyrea Part 2 is coming out, which is super exciting. So what we are going to do is check out all these teasers that they're going to be, they've thrown at us, with their KI lives, stuff they've given to us on Twitter, all that stuff, all in anywhere. So, but we're going to do the major ones, because I know they've hinted everywhere, so we're not going to do, every single little hint, but we're gonna pretty much just talk about it, show you the major pictures, stuff that they've really given to us that's good quality, teaser worthy. So we're gonna just jump right into it, but before I do, I want to just say thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you guys so much once again for the 1,000 subscribers. I really can't believe that I've actually made it to this kind of a number. I never really thought, well, one, I didn't think the number was entirely important. I was just super excited that I could do something that I love and that you guys can watch it. And I know I keep saying this in every single video, but I don't think I'm ever going to truly sink it all in. It's just so mind-blowing to me. Also, I'm super excited that I can be such, well, I'm not going to jump into any conclusions, but I just want to say thank you, KingsIsle, for making me a part of something bigger than, well, myself. I'm super excited that I can be a part of something, such as what's going on. Hopefully you guys aren't, getting too much information out of this, but pretty much this. Thank you, KingsIsle. Thank you, Wizard101. And, yeah, so, getting along with the video, the first picture, I'm going to be throwing up a bunch of pictures. The first one is of a nebari. So as you see, Ione is right there. She is a nebari. She is from a world called Numea. We heard this from Pork and Beans when they first came here for Empyrea Part 1, but this picture shows a completely new concept art of a completely new nebari, which we don't know the name of this person yet. All we know is that KingsIsle or Wizard101 told us that if you remember the gestures and the way that Ione acts, this nebari acts completely different. She has a completely different mindset. So maybe, doing a theory, this is probably going to be in my little theories, whatchamacallit, category playlist or whatever. This nebari probably has a completely different, gesture than her, which obviously we know. So nebari, or I mean, Ione is very straight. She doesn't lie. She straight to the point. She doesn't lie. She's very she's very forward with everything that she does and says and all that. So probably she trained herself to be that way. Originally, the nebari probably are a warrior type group, which this picture shows that this woman is very, agile looking. She's a little bit buff. I mean, they're all very buff, so I'm assuming that their original their original style is born as a warrior. I feel like they're born as a warrior, bloodthirsty killers, and oh, actually Spark is right here too. So one thing I think that these two try to do is stray away from their Numea, nebari type, world, and they're trying to maybe start a new life. That's just a small theory of mine. It probably maybe has nothing to do with it, so don't, listen too much to what I'm saying. Just kind of just take bits and pieces and think about it. Like I said, I want you guys to be a part of this kind of discussion, so in the comment section, comment anything that you think, any theories, anything that you guys think is interesting, and we can all talk about it in the comment section. So that's the first picture. That is the first thing that they actually showed us. This was shown to us during their KI Live. I think it was their birthday KI Live. They actually had kind of two, but I think it was their first one. And it was when they were going to show us, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so this was the first picture. The next pictures, there are 4 of them, and I'm going to be kind of just sliding through them while I'm talking about it. Is a mini game that they actually created. This was in their Wizard101 Part 3 video. It was all about Empyrea Part 2. They didn't give too much away, but what they did try to do is they gave away this game called Whirly Burly. I hope I'm saying it right. But in Empyrea Part 2, once you get to the new dwarf village, I've already forgot what it's called. That's really bad. It's aeroplane or aero something like that. And once you get there, this game that they're trying to create, it's kind of like Pirate 101, where it's like a D&D type setting. So what they were trying to show you is that they were playing this game, you know, 2D, like, or I'm sorry, like 3D, not on the game. It's like they wanted to try it out and see if it was working properly, and like, you know, it looked nice, which is why it looks so, you know, not finished. So the candies, as you can see, are, well, they're supposed to be treasure chests, and there is 3 of them on each side. It's supposed to be like a multiplayer type game. It's going to be in what's called the Whirly Burly arena. They were saying at the very end of this little clip. And pretty much all it is there are 3 teams. Each team has to collect tiles, and once the team collects all the tiles, I guess they collect that person's chest. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but they were saying how movement works is because of the little cards that you have. And each team can move around, they collect the tiles, and then they collect the treasure. Which is a super, I think it's a very simple and straightforward way to play this game, which is cool, but it's also really interesting to know that it's going to be a multiplayer game. It's going to probably have some story in it, and I'm actually really excited to see what it's going to look like in Empyrea Part 2. But that is also one of the things that they hinted, or teaser, that they put into their little part series, which is Whirly Burly. So, next major one that I think is probably going to be the last one in this video, and then we can just kind of talk a little bit about Empyrea Part 2, is this one. It was literally, it was randomly posted on Twitter by, I think it was Kingsile, and they were saying how, you know, I know you guys love teasers, so why don't we just give you this one? And it's pretty much like a concept art of a Arcanum ship. And as you know, we are currently on an Arcanum ship, which we can talk more about later. I don't know if they accidentally hinted or if they just hinted this on purpose during the KI Live, the second birthday KI Live. But this is an Arcanum ship, and we were on one when we went to Empyrea Part 1, and now this is going to be another one, which is actually a little bit different. It's more open. It's probably going to be something that we're going to use maybe in Empyrea to travel from place to place, because it looks more like a ship rather than a spaceship. So it looks like it's not going to move as fast. It's not going to like travel through like light speed. It's just going to, you know, well, here, actually, if you guys look right here, this is kind of what not what we were on, but kind of like what we used to get to Empyrea Part 1. But this one doesn't look like that. So one other thing that I want to talk about, that's pretty much what they hinted at us. It's like a little ship that's from the Arcanum. It looks very cool. But one thing that I wanted to talk about, which was super interesting, I don't know if they did it by accident or I don't know if they did it on purpose, but during their KI Live, like their second birthday KI Live stream, they were talking about when Leah and Manderson were in the Arcanum, they were talking about the Arcanum and how the Arcanum, I don't know if they knew that we don't really know, but they were saying how the Arcanum, what we're in right now, is in a pocket dimension. So in Wizard101, we know that Earth exists, we know that the spiral exists, and then we know that there is like kind of like a blurry kind of in between, which is, well, also, I don't know if you guys watched my spoiler video, but pretty much when we went to go save, oh my goodness, I can't even speak. When we went to go save our friend, our life friend, Mallory, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, my brain just like pooted. When we went to go save Mallory, she was in kind of like a little pocket dimension. She was in between space and time, so, you know, our one of the scholars said, and we had to go jump in there because we were actually from Earth, which is not part of the spiral, and when we jumped in there, we were able to come back. So what they're saying also now is that the Arcanum is actually part of a pocket dimension, so no bad forces or nothing entirely bad can get to the Arcanum. It's like a safe haven for the scholars to like learn and study and all that stuff, which is kind of terrifying to know because the Cabal actually knows about this because they were part of, you know, the Arcanum. So if they ever wanted to, they could probably just come to this pocket dimension and they could just destroy the Arcanum and no one would know about it. But what they're implying is that the pocket dimension isn't really part of the spiral. So we're actually not in the spiral right now, which is kind of interesting to put into perspective. Well, it's really unusual because like I don't really know how to grasp what they were trying to say, but pretty much that we're not. I'm not too sure if we are or are not in the spiral. But when you look out all the windows, you can see like galaxies and stars and all that. So when they say we're in a pocket dimension, I'm not entirely sure what that means, because you can kind of see like outside and galaxies and all that stuff. So to me, when I look outside, all I see is like space and time and all that fancy stuff. But that was another thing that I wanted to like hint at. If you guys want to check everything out, I may or may not put the links in the description of all of the things that I found, like the pictures and all that, like the videos and where I found everything. But as far as I'm concerned, I pretty much posted it all in this little video, if my laziness kicks in while I'm editing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you guys have, you know, more to discuss or something that I didn't mention in this video, please, you know, put it in the comment section. I hope everybody jumps in the comment section to, like, you know, mention things that I did not know. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys are enjoying my little video series things that I'm doing, you know, for Empyrea and Empyrea Part 2 and like everything like that. And I will see you guys in my next video. So yeah, bye guys.